and welcome to Bear Clooney Watches channel. I am Bear Clooney, exceptionally charming bear with decent watch collection, genuine love for the hobby, and genuine watch enthusiast channel. How is everyone? I look funny with this hair, but hey, I am doing the best I can with what I have. So, there we go. Oh, by the way, wristwatch check. This is the white gold Daytona on Oyster Flex. And it's a beautiful watch, you know. It's so crisp, beautiful dial. I love the Oyster Flex, which is not just a rubber strap. It truly is well done, just the way Rolex would do things. Very refined, classic, and simply marvelous watch. I might present it in one of the videos. I'll see how I feel. I did acquire, I was blessed, even during these tough times, to be able to acquire some nice pieces. They joined my collection. For those who are following me on Instagram, you can always see them. Same name of the Instagram as my channel. And I'll see how I feel. I mean, I might do some watch presentations later on, but I wanted to say hi to everyone to see how's everyone doing. I had a lot of people asking me how am I doing. You know what? We live in interesting times. This English saying, which is a loose translation of the Chinese curse, is becoming our reality, and it's not easy for anyone. I mean, we are all affected in some ways, and certainly not in a positive ways. And I hope everyone is doing well and finding its way through these troublesome times. I'm not going to talk about any of those. I don't really think you want that. There is enough on it on news and various social media. I'm going to talk about our hobby. I'm going to talk on what am I experiencing, how I see things, and where do I see myself going as a watch hobbyist. So, to start, watches, I mean, my passion about watches, my love for watches, has never really sublimed. It's always been there and it's strong. I went through the phase of being concerned financially how everything is going to work out, and frankly, we all should be. We don't know economic outcome because we're still in the midst of the things, and where are we going? Much smarter people than me are unable to give you the answer. So I would say that trying to be financially cautious is just becoming a necessity right now. And I'm not encouraging for economy to stop. But let's say that I would never encourage you to spend senselessly, especially at this time. Now, does that mean we should stop our hobby? We should not buy any watches? We should just make everything go away? I don't think so. I mean, we love something like this passionately, not necessarily because it is the financial portrayal of ourselves. It's economic power we are presenting. Mind you, many of the douchebags in our hobby tend to do exactly that, but I'm talking about genuine watch enthusiasts, not those who are taking pictures with the watches and cars and swimming pools and pretentious places trying to show us their wealth. Talking about guys like us. So, yeah, you know what? It's going to continue, and we are going to overcome these troubles. We're going to overcome the pandemic. We're going to overcome the financial issues. We're going to open our businesses. We're going to overcome the situation we're facing now with racial issues in U.S. and around. We're going to overcome. You know what? Why? Because I believe in us. I believe in people. I believe that we are better than might be portrayed at tough times. And I think that human spirit, human ingenuity, human intelligence, human strength is nothing to dismiss. So I'm positive. Overall, I'm very positive, even at these tough times. And I encourage you all to be the same. Be positive. Look at things in a way that this is a period that is challenging, but don't be scared. Don't let fear take over. Induce positivity and try to affect people around you and anyone that you can in the most positive and loving way. Personally, the toughest part of this period for me hasn't been financial. It has been the absence from two people I love the most, Bunny Clooney and Cat Clooney. My business is away from my home, and traveling right now is next to impossible. So it's been a truly long time without physically being with them. Fortunately, with today's technology, we are able to communicate and make it almost feel like we're together. So I enjoy that. But it's lacking. It's lacking. I need to hug my cat. I need to hug my bunny. And I miss them and I love them. And it's not easy. But I'm not complaining. I'm not crying. I'm just saying, you know what? Those challenging times will make us stronger and better people. Think like that. Next thing I want to talk about is recent YouTube situation and how I perceive it. You know, funny how people in Facebook groups and wherever when it's presented, many of them say, oh, I don't like drama, this is so stupid, this is unnecessary, yet those videos achieve the highest views. You do like drama, and drama in watch world can be fun and a little bit destructive. You know, like you're just gonna forget for a moment everything around us that's making you feel negative. And this drama might make you cringe or might make you laugh or whatever it might be. So the first thing, Urban Gentry, channel TGV, has announced that he's changing the path, he's changing his ways, and that it will be more about lifestyle, less about watches. And immediately there is some celebration going on, there is some concern from those who like him, there is rumors starting and so on. While in reality, we don't really know what's going on. We know that his relationship with Watchbox has ended. So, okay, that's done. Frankly, I think that was a good experience for him, for a guy that doesn't know much about watches and is relatively new in the hobby, and frankly, gain a lot of knowledge through his development as a YouTuber. That was a great experience. Many of us can only dream about it. So, good for him. That's one cool thing. He had a year of dealing with excellent company, Tim also, who is idol to anyone of us who want to be knowledgeable about watches. And obviously, I think, knowing how TGV thinks, he did pull some positive things out of it. Probably financially as well. This guy's not stupid, don't kid yourself. Lifestyle as the approach, I don't know. I mean, I was Urban Gentry fan in its early days, and I did enjoy some of the lifestyle videos because I could relate to some of those things, you know. And I don't think that's necessarily a wrong move. Why exactly is he doing that? I mean, the rumors being that it might be because the Watchbox owns the rights to the watch content. I don't know. It's a rumor, it's a guess. Or it might be that TGV is just an exceptionally intelligent man who sees the opportunity to expand his channel, because our hobby, like it or not, is quite niche. And for him to achieve 400,000 subscribers is unbelievable considering the subject, considering that he talks predominantly about watches. So it's possible that he's looking at expanding his area of interest, and it wouldn't be too far away from the things that he does, because he was flirting with those things in the past, things that one gentleman needs, top items I like to have that are not watches, movies, so on. You know, like, he has interests. He's a guy with a lot of hobbies, and I can relate because I have many of those myself. So you know what? I mean, yeah, sure. I made the videos about TGV in the past. I criticized him and so on. I don't hate the guy. I really don't. And I personally think he did some good things for our hobby. I think his best thing that he did for our hobby, he was able to bring it to a people that are not necessarily part of the high horology. Also to people who are financially unable to follow the hobby on the higher expense level. One thing I really liked, he was always able to find a nice timepieces at a good value. So you know what, I kind of appreciate that from him. No matter what, he was good for the hobby, and frankly, he brought a lot of attention to YouTube from the perspective of people wanting to watch watch-related channels. Other issues of the aristocracy, is it real or not, his loyalty to people and all that, character, I'm not going to discuss that. I'm talking here solely his channel, the role the channel played, his strengths, and what I think he's doing. So I wish him luck. I genuinely do. I don't want to see someone who puts significant effort in what he does fail. Liking or not liking person is not really relevant. It's appreciation for creativity, for work. The other thing that was interesting as a drama on the YouTube was the debate or argument or the whole drama, okay, I'll call it drama, between the British watch dealer Paul Thorpe and Archieluxury and his dog trainer sidekick, which basically ended up being kind of Archie had his humorous way of attacking and ranting originally with Paul, but that was kind of funny. Archie being Archie, he tends to be comical and watchable and intelligent in a ways that only some of us can get. Getting the attention, getting the views, getting the whole thing moving. Then the sidekick, the dog trainer, tried to do something similar. Unfortunately, he's lacking any sense of humor, and his humor is just not what it's... It doesn't really work, for lack of a better word. He made some really rude or inappropriate comments, which did not sit well with Paul Thorpe. I think predominantly highlighting his tattoos, being gangster, talking about South London with disrespect, and challenging him in a way that portrays him as some kind of thug. Paul Thorpe responded. I think he did a great video and pretty much put the dog trainer in his place. I think successfully. There was definitely elements here of some kind of defamation of character, and dog trainer removed his video, which clearly indicates that even he knew that it was not appropriate. Dog trainer and I had our issues. That's not secret to anyone. I think One thing, I'm not going to share exactly why and what, it's irrelevant. But I tried to let bygones be bygone, communicated to him through Cliver, and offered to create a piece. And his response was actually comical, and he said that in his one of his live streams, that I'm doing that now because he has become a YouTube star, which is delusional and detached. And frankly, we're not stars. Neither is he. Neither am I. Okay, Archie might be a little bit of it. He's well known. He's big. He made his name after 5-6 years of being in YouTube business. But you know what? I mean, really, what can I say? I mean, the guy loves my mustache, he says, which I think is hilarious. I don't have any real anger or hatred or anything like that, but I think he has elements of jealousy, and I think he has a slightly too big of an ego that he can actually handle. And occasionally even though he acts so cool and not touched by anything, I think he was a bit concerned here that the lawsuit might take its place, because frankly, one thing is commenting on the things of Bear's mustache or Bear's golf shirts or so on, but the other thing is actually defamation of character and affecting someone's life, a livelihood, being damaging to someone's business. Those are serious things. I know I would take them very seriously and take all the necessary actions to retaliate and to inflict significant pain on a person who would attempt such a thing toward me. So I think we need to be civil. We can always have our likes and dislikes. We can always have our point of view. We can have our favorites and less favorites, and those we are not favoring on YouTube. But trolling can turn into hate, into hateful comments, into racism, into disgusting things, and it just doesn't do any favors for our hobby, doesn't do any positive things for anyone that is part of this world, and minority of those people create a very uncomfortable platform for everyone. Why? Only they know why. But that's that. So now Archie would like to become powered by Watchbox, and I think that's actually not a terrible idea. I personally would love to see interaction between Tim Osso and Archieluxury. I would love to see how would that work. It certainly would be interesting. It would not be boring. One thing about Archie, even though I have unsubscribed from Archie's channel because of other reasons, he knows why, is that when you watch Archie, you tend to be entertained to a certain extent. Now, his live streams are total disaster. We all know that. It's a total waste of time. The subject is not going to even discuss. There's no subject. It's just a very primitive, vulgar presentation of variety show, which hasn't done any good for Archie or for our hobby. And those are things that I think need to end for Archie's own sake and for hobby itself. So that's my thoughts on that. And finally, I do want to say that from all the channels that I have maintained watching them, I'm basically now left with Watchbox, because I do enjoy their perspective on watches, seeing different timepieces. I love listening to Tim Osso, and I enjoy his exceptional knowledge. I always learn something new. I am also watching Federico, who I consider to be my dear friend, and I like his channel. I also find that it's always very informative, but that's pretty much where I am. And I am part of the Facebook group. I am the admin on the Horology Talk, which I genuinely enjoy that group and people on the group, and I continue to be entertained. I continue to be loved, and I love these people. And it gives me the satisfaction of being part of the hobby that I genuinely care about. So that's it. That's my story for today. I will probably be back. I'll see how things are going. I really hope all of you come out of this better than ever before. I am thankful for being part of your lives, and I love you all. I love even my haters. I love them the most. All the best to all of you.